and
Oddworld.
Hey oddballs, I'm your host Jensen, and welcome to episode 154. I really need to start keeping a journal with me, or keeping one in every single room with a pen, because I had something spooky happen the other day, and I was really excited to tell you guys about it because I don't really have a lot of spooky things happen as often as I did. Anyhow, I don't remember the spooky thing that happened. So, hi, I got you set up for nothing. Point is if you have spooky things happen to you, keep journals or a journal with you, on you, around your home, whatever, so that way you can go and jot it down real quick, so that way you can tell people about it. And I'm really bummed right now, probably like you, because I had something that happened, but I'm letting you know, I have had some spooky things happen recently, and I just cannot remember what they were because my mind has gone on to the next thing. I be momming out here, okay? I be momming, I be worrying about other things that are going on. There's a lot happening. So I'm gonna have to keep a spooky journal, okay? Now, maybe this psychic book that I'm about to read from will help jog my memory because we've already been put into a trance. So I can just go do that maybe and recall what happened. But that's not what we're doing today. We're actually going to learn a little bit more, a little bit further into what your psychic abilities could be. So let's go ahead and hop on into that. It's lesson time. Today's psychic lesson is near-death experiences. Have you ever had a near-death experience? Was there ever a close call during which you were inches or moments away from potential death? Did you survive a bad fall or a blow to the head? Did you have other traumatic experiences when you were young in which your mind was an important key to your survival? Near-death experiences come in many different ways, but going through such an experience may have jump-started your third eye into being more open to psychic intuition. When you go through a traumatic experience, all of your senses experience a surge in the intensity of power of their perception. In some cases, your view of the world changes dramatically. You know something's different, but you're not sure what it is. A near-death experience in early childhood may often go unnoticed. Kids get into all kinds of trouble. They fall from trees, get trapped underwater, trip down the stairs, survive a car accident, or tumble off playground swings. In some cases, such a close call may grow out of an unconscious need to escape a traumatic situation, such as abuse or an emotionally unstable family. Can you think of events in your life that may have affected your psychic ability? You are the sum of your life to this very moment. Each new passing moment will bring about change. As you grow in your psychic awareness, you are actually getting back in tune with the abilities you were born with. Okay, I am not saying I had a near-death experience, but reading this book makes me kind of wonder if for maybe a second I had a near-death experience. Let me tell you why. When I was younger, my family and some of my cousins at the time had gone to our local water park. And in this water park, there was a wave pool. And for those of you who don't know what a wave pool is, it's a pool that simulates waves. So you can, sit there, ride the waves on your inner tube and all the fun things. Okay? So fun. But it's not fun whenever you and your cousin are out there on a double inner tube and she's sitting in the inner tube already and you guys are trying to find the best spot, but the wave's already kicked on. And I'm the one who's pulling the inner tube and I'm pulling it, and then a wave comes over and it takes the inner tube, pulls it over my head. And it was the most bizarre feeling that I can still feel to this day. It was such a peaceful and terrifying feeling at the same time. And that just sounds cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but that's the best way I can explain it. Now, clearly I'm still here. So I got out from that, and this book just kind of reminded me about it. And I didn't forget, but I never really thought of it as a near-death experience. This book is supposed to spark your memories like this, and it's doing that to me. So I hope it's doing it to you. If you have a near-death experience and now you have some crazy psychic stuff, or you have, I don't know, there are stories of people who have died or nearly died and now they can see things. I want to hear those. And it could be featured on an episode too, so who knows? Anyhow, I'm going to shut up and we're going to get on to stories. Here we go.
This comes from most_meat9510 on Reddit.
This sounds fake, but it's fucking weird. There's this woman, Paula, we'll call her. She's maybe 4'10", 85 pounds, originally from a country in South America, and freakishly strong. I used to take yoga with her, then we did aerials and pole together. She's also nearing 60, but you'd never guess it. She's so fit and tiny, almost ageless in this intense, wiry, even vibrant way. But I've never quite known what to make of her. I wouldn't say we're close, though for a little while we started to get closer because we were around each other a lot. The thing is, she started subtly mirroring me, doing her hair like mine, painting her nails the same color, styling herself in ways that felt oddly specific. She even bought me clothes, and it didn't feel like it was a sweet gesture. It felt off. Like she wasn't admiring me. She was trying to wear me or be me. And then one day, we were at open pool together with one other person there. The studio doesn't have dim lighting. It's actually bright and fluorescent. She was doing a sideways pole sit, and I could feel her watching me. We are both extremely flexible, but I have the connective tissue disorder, so I have a slight edge on her, which isn't a big deal, but she is extremely competitive. Probably even a covert narcissist. Anyways, I'd just done something kind of splitty, and I turned to her to smile at her because I knew I felt like she was looking at me. And when I did, her eyes were completely black. I mean fully black. I looked for several seconds because I couldn't look away. She seemed vacant, not checked out, but absent. Like she'd gone somewhere momentarily and she was temporarily checked out. But yet it also felt like there was something in her place, like a energetic placeholder. Something else seemed to be looking out through her, but it wasn't necessarily an intelligent being. I was left with the feeling of, I don't think I was supposed to see that, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't know I saw this. But I also don't know if she was even aware of something happening. It's like when you accidentally see a mic in the movie, or a crew wearing jeans in a film set in ancient Rome. It wasn't just a weird thing, or a blink. Again, fluorescent lights at the studio. It was unmistakable, and I've never seen anything like it before or since. I'm also pretty positive nobody else saw it. It only lasted a few moments. I finally stopped looking at her, and I walked over to the table where my stuff was and took a sip, and then everything was back to normal. I know how it sounds. I tried to rationalize it, gaslight myself into letting it go, but I can't. Not with everything else. The mirroring, the vibe, the way I never felt entirely at ease around her. I'd really love to know what other people might make of it, because I honestly don't know if I'm reading too much into it, or not enough. Well, she is a jealous little demon, isn't she? A jealous little narcissistic demon. Now, I don't go around calling things demons because, I don't know, I just feel like that's so few far in between type thing, but typically black eyes like that are usually linked with demons, and I don't think it's just like the black-eyed people on this one. I kind of feel like she is using witchcraft in the negative way, which is unfortunate because witchcraft already has a negative connotation with it. But like, I wonder if she's using witchcraft or like some kind of spiritual manipulation to possess her to keep her like youthful. And doesn't that just sound like a horror movie? Now, I don't know how old you are, and I also am not saying that 60-year-old people cannot look good for their age. I will never say that because that's just rude and it's not true. But in this case, what if she's like Ursula from Little Mermaid? Just in the sense of like, Ursula is just this ugly old hag. Oh, that is so mean to say. But anyhow, she's ugly and old, and she is basically stealing these souls so she can project herself as young and beautiful. Obviously, that is so far-fetched, off the wall craziness, but like, doesn't that kind of sound like this? Let's just assume that this person is younger than this little short demon lady. Already, this person has an advantage there. Second of all, this person has some kind of connective tissue disorder, giving them the edge on this lady already. So I'm sure that already pisses her off even more. And she just couldn't take it anymore. So she started mirroring you because she was literally trying to be you. And that's where the narcissism part comes out. But also like, I feel like that's some kind of like witchcraft stuff too, where you want to mirror somebody to be them so you can like suck their energy or something. I don't know. I'm making shit up, but that's what it sounds like. And then you see her black eyes after you do some really cool move. And that's because now you done pissed her off. You really pissed her off. And a little demon thing came out, came right out to play and was like, you will never do that again. You want to try that again? Try it again. See what happens next time. Sorry, my kid just scared the hell out of me. But anyhow, what if that's like what's going on? What if that is what's going on? And what if that's just really not as far-fetched as what I'm making it out to be? I don't know. It's weird. It's interesting. It's scary. It's all of the things. She's obviously very jealous of you. You can tell that regardless of whether this is actually paranormal or not. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm curious to see what you guys think about it. And let's go ahead and move on to the next story.
This comes from LucasisAlone on Reddit.
I think I had an experience with a demon. I once woke up in the middle of the night to my TV turning on by itself. Static was the only thing playing. My room started to get really hot. Not like sweating hot, but like melting hot. My locked door opened, and there was a dark figure standing in my door, beckoning me to get out of bed. I closed my eyes, and it disappeared. I haven't experienced this since. I was 11. I've had this in my head for such a long time now, and I really want answers. It's been bothering me more and more lately, to the point of where I'm having night terrors. I want answers. Has anyone else ever had an experience like this? God, I don't like that either. And like, no, not the children. Not the freaking children. God, leave the children alone. I'm sick of it everywhere. Leave the children alone. You freaking little demons. Demons really just kind of piss me off. Honestly, what the actual hell? Like, what did an 11-year-old do to you? Why are you standing at their doorway, beckoning them to come out of the bed? Also, this is quite the opposite of most experiences that I've personally heard of, because usually, like, if there's a paranormal experience, it gets really cold, which, yeah, okay, cool, great. But it's hot. So, the only thing I could think of, and I also don't want to like downplay this and dismiss this person's anything, but what if it was a dream and you got really hot, like you felt like the room was hot because you were panicking? I don't know. I'm just trying to make it not scary because it happened when they were a child, and I don't really like that. I don't like the idea of a demon or something nasty like that coming to a child. I swear to God, if you gonna come and hurt the children, I'm coming after you. I hate it. I hate it when it's kids. Kids are so innocent, and whether it's humans or paranormal beings, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, leave the children alone. Okay, I think if it's just now coming to your brain and it's giving you night terrors now, first of all, I am so sorry about that. That's horrible. But like, it makes me wonder if after all of these years, granted, I have no idea how old you are now, but after all these years, if the reason why now you're having night terrors and you're thinking about it is because maybe, and I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it, if maybe it's going to happen again, or maybe this paranormal being or demon has in a way attached itself to your life somehow and is just letting you know that it is still there. And I hate that. Now, you were a child. And this little demon thing was being a big old dick and coming in and doing awful things. First of all, turning the TV on, static. That's like poltergeist shit right there. And then the room getting really hot. Hey, that's also like poltergeist stuff, but at least your face didn't melt because that scene is something else. But anyhow. And then it opened your locked door and was like, hey, get out of bed. And you're like, fuck you. Like, no, thank you. My brain is honestly going to a million places with this. It's going to a million places, and that's why I can't stay on my main track because my tracks are going in like 4 different directions. Okay. Your household at the time when you were 11, was there a lot of stress going on now, right now in your life? Is there a lot of stress going on? And when I say stress, I just mean like I literally mean stress or negative energy, negative stuff. Is there anything negative going on? I don't want to say like it attached itself to you or, you know, in your life to like scare you, because that's not my intent, obviously. But where I'm going with this is if there's something negative in your life happening at 11, maybe it was coming to you then because it knew that and you were easy prey. And now, whatever age you are, it's coming back and you're easy prey again because maybe there's something negative going on in your life currently. Now, maybe none of that's happening. I have other thoughts, but I don't want to bore you with all of the thoughts in my brain. And quite honestly, some of them are really scary even for me. So I'm not crazy, I promise. But anyhow, I really hope that it's not the case that negative things are not happening in your life because, I'm so sorry and I hope that it ends for you soon. But point is I don't know what this is. I have no clue. It makes me want to throw up and it makes me want to think it's a demon or the devil himself. Oh my God, what if it's the devil himself? But then it's like, what the hell did you do? See, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's just a negative energy and this is the way that they are presenting themselves. I am just really trying hard to make sense of it. Maybe try to ignore it. And if it gets worse, hit up a church or a witch, a medium, psychic, freaking every other religion out there. I don't know. Something that makes you feel good. That would make you feel better. A therapist, because I'm going to need one. I'm going to need one after both of these stories. My God, these were scary today. These are actually scary. And if you have a story like either of these stories or any paranormal story in general, let me know. I really do want to know your guys' thoughts on both of these stories. What is this? I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And well, it's an odd world after all. Oddballs, thank you for listening. And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to leave 5 stars or thumbs up on whatever podcast platform you listen on. If you have any comments for this episode, comment below or head over to Instagram and comment on this episode's preview. To submit a story or for more information, go to itsanoddworldafterall.com.